Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing my VCT Pacific predictions and my VCT Americas predictions for this upcoming week. I don't remember, I think it might be week 3 for Americas and week 4 for Pacific, but regardless, we're going to be doing those today. Again, as I said in my EMEA video earlier this week, I have not watched all the games for these teams, but I'm just going to be going off based my opinions on these teams anyways, and I think this week in general should be a pretty easy week to predict. But regardless, if you guys enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm starting to prepare for my off-season content that I think is the best content I make on this channel, where I do rebuilds of every single team in every league except for China, and then kind of do what I would do with the rosters, I guess. So if you're interested in that, go check out those videos once they come out. Those will be after champs. I also think my champs lead up content is the best, like at least like during the season content that I make. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be bringing the power rankings back for playoffs, along with playoff predictions and everything like that for each region. So again, stay tuned for that. I'll be having much more better content coming. I just was out of town, fell behind on VODs, and I need to actually take the time to catch up on them. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So we'll start with Pacific here, and I think Paper X RRQ is the closest game this week. From what I've seen, Paper X has looked like one of the better teams this split, just as they do in Pacific, really. I think Genji's probably looked a little bit better, but that doesn't matter for this matchup. I think RRQ's been a little shaky at times with certain games, so I'm going to take Paper X, but RRQ could absolutely win this game. I think they're a really solid team. That Monye addition was so good, and this roster is starting to get into a really, really good spot. Then you have Genji Global. I'm going to take Genji. Pretty easy. Global sucks. I want to circle back to this DRX DFM game because I need to think about it a little bit more. But Zeta's been absolute dog shit, so I got to pick Talon, who, I mean, have been losing games this split, but they lost to Paper Rex, RRQ, and I guess they beat DFM. I don't know why I thought they lost this game. And then they also lost to DRX, so they lost to literally like 3 of the top 4 teams in Pacific. So I don't know. And both of these DRX and RRQ games were close, I believe. This one I'm not sure about. I might have forgot. But regardless, moving on to Genji Team Secret, another game where I think the underdog absolutely could win, but I'm just going to take Genji because I think it's the safer pick, and I don't want to pred against Genji ever again, really. Maybe other than champs, where I might pred heretics, but regardless, they should win that game. Just firepower diff in general. Like, Team Secret's firepower has been a lot better this year, and I think they could maybe do something in terms of playoffs / making champs, but when they get to those international events, it won't be that great, and Genji's I've proved everything at international events, so I don't think you can really feel good about picking Team Secret. Obviously, you pick them as an upset, say, oh, well, this, that, and the other thing, maybe they could win this game, but I think Genji's just the better team. Then Paper X beat Zeta, no thoughts on that at all. And then I think T1 beat Bleed. I've been notoriously low on T1 all year. I picked against them, I think, quite a bit in Split 1. I picked them here just because I thought they'd look better, and Genji would look bad week 1. And I've just placed them low in the power rankings pretty much the whole year, but I just don't see... Oh, the fuck? I don't see a world where... Oh, because I didn't pick that game, where T1 don't win this game. And then, just because Bleed is so bad. And then back to DRX DFM. I picked DFM to upset Talon last week, and really, other than this RRQ game, I thought DRX have looked better than the general narrative about them. But also, I love May. I'm gonna pick DRX. I think it's the safer pick, the easy pick, and I'm gonna do that. And now we're moving on to Americas. And I was right; it is week 3. So we'll start with G2 Crew. Crew, I think, has looked a lot worse so far this year. Or not this year, this split. Just with, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of their individual form has fallen off, dropping Klaus and making Kesnet the IGL, which is certainly a choice. I think that could lead to some nice defense stuff, but overall, like the attack side, I don't know. I don't know about that. I've in at least in my gold premier team, I think it's pretty difficult to IGL on duelist, which I've played Raze because my duelist player can't play Raze, but whatever. Regardless, moving on to the actual game, I think G2 should be able to clean this up versus Crew. I think it should be a pretty easy win for them. Then Loud Leviathan. Um, Loud's looked worse so far. Like they lost to Furia. I mean, so was 100 Thieves, to be fair, who I still think are fairly good, but they lost to EG, lost to Furia. I I still don't believe in Lev, even though they like destroyed 100 Thieves and beat EG pretty easily. I still don't believe in them, but I think they should win this game, and I think they should make champs off of just the points that they've gotten from the regular season, which isn't something that I like, but is something that's probably going to happen. Then MIBR Furia. I thought this would be flipped the other way around, honestly. Once these teams got to show their rosters, the MIBR in full. I think MIBR shown some nice stuff. Like they played Loud pretty close, didn't beat them, but they played them close. And I don't know, Furious just looked insane. Like they looked amazing against 100 Thieves, and then they beat Loud. I don't really remember this EG game, if I'm being honest. I didn't really watch this one, so um, maybe that would swing my opinion a little bit. Uh, Actually, fuck it, we're going with MIBR. I just like MIBR better. Maybe that's a little bit of bias coming in on my predictions, but I do I do like how MIBR have built their roster a little bit more than Furia, where they've just Furia's been like swapping in and out, and like they literally threw away the whole first split by like keeping Conan on the team with Noswer. Now Noswer looks a lot better now with Khalil looking good as well. Did not mean to right click. Jean D looks pretty nice. I think this team has potential. So does MIBR. So I don't know. It's a lot of I don't know with this game because of the games that I've watched. But two teams that I actually think are going in the right direction. Then NRG C9. Speaking of teams not going in the right direction, you have C9 who lose to G2 in embarrassing fashion in the sense that they got like it was just comebacks, which I guess is G2's thing. Um, and then the Sen game I don't think was particularly close, if I remember. Actually, I can literally look this up. Sen C9 13-5, 13-8. Yeah, it was not close. We'll actually look up the EG Furia game as well. Oh, why did it autofill Ego Baby? All right. 13-5, 13-4. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with picking MIBR. If that was like 13-11, 13-11, maybe I'd pick Furia. I don't know. C9 is just not going in the right direction. They kind of bombed out of playoffs. I guess it was a single elimination game against G2, which is a lot more like crazy than it would be to than it was in the moment. Like it felt like maybe they got a little bit robbed from going a little bit deeper, considering G2 made top 3 at Shanghai and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna pick NRG just because, yeah, they didn't look great week 1 versus Sentinels, and yeah, they didn't look amazing versus G2, right? That game wasn't close, was it? No. Yeah, that was 13-7, 13-8. Yeah, they didn't look good against G2, but once they ended up playing Crew, I thought they actually looked pretty decent in this game. Obviously, some mishaps on split and everything, like just some general gaps in their setups, but I think this team will continue to get better. And C9, I think, is continuing to fall off a little bit more. So I think I'm going to take FNS in this game. Pretty much is what I'm doing in the do or die game. I'm going to take FNS. Then EG 100 Thieves. I think similar logic to the last game. You could argue that maybe EG is a little bit better of a team than 100 Thieves is. Right now, at least, considering NRG, or 100 Thieves has lost the last, or 2 of their last 3. I mean, technically, 3 of their last 4 if you count the Heretics at Shanghai game. but I'm not gonna go I'm not gonna say that 100 Thieves is going in the wrong direct or the right direction and EG is going in the wrong direction. I think it's, if anything, it's the opposite. Um, but I'm just gonna take Boostio in the do or die game because it's Boostio. So yeah, that'll be it for my predictions this week. I'm not gonna do bet it stuff just because that's a lot of effort when I need to watch a shit ton of tier 2 VODs today. So here's my America's Preds, and here are my Pacific Preds. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.